Hello, my name is Mr. Ferris. I'm the admissions counselor at Southeastern. I'm here to show you today how you would apply to come to our school. So first, open up an internet browser. Our admissions system works best with Google Chrome. If you do not have Google Chrome, you can download it by simply going to google.com, typing in the word Chrome, C-H-R-O-M-E, clicking on the first option here, and the download is free. So to get to our admissions site, in the search bar you type in admissions.sersd.org. It takes you to our home page. Next, what you would do is you would register for this site. You would register by either clicking here or clicking here. And to register for the site, you enter in your first name, your last name, email address, password, confirm the password, enter the grade that you're currently in, and the city or town that you live in. For this purpose, I will just enter in a demo student. Enter in an email address. This email address is very important and should be an email that you check frequently. This can either be your email address or your parents' email address. Password. It is very important that you enter a password that you know you're going to remember. I would suggest using a password that you use for your email or for Facebook or for some other website that you often use. Next, you enter in your grade. Most of you who will be applying will be 8th graders, and that's the default. But if you are a 9th grader or a 10th grader applying to transfer, you would change that to 9th or 10th, whatever grade that you're currently in. And you would enter in what city or town you live in. These are the 9 cities and towns that our students come from. I'll just use Brockton as a sample. If you're out of district, you can enter it in manually by just typing in the name of the city or town that you live in. And then you would click Create User. This screen is just thanking you for registering for the site. You are not done with the application at this point. There are still several steps that you'll need to go through that I will walk you through right now. So, right here it gives you your username for this site. So if you happen to log out because you had to do something, you can click log out at any time, but you would need this username and the password that you gave us to log back into the site so that you can complete your application. What I would suggest that you do is you either take a screenshot of this screen or write down what your username and password is. You will also receive an email from the email account that you gave us on the previous screen giving you your username and password. In fact, if you'd like to, you can open up another tab by clicking right up here, getting into your email, and finding the email that we just sent you. So this is your username and the password that you assigned to yourself. So you have two options from here. You can either click My Application or you can click Events. The application obviously is where you would complete the whole application process. But if you are trying to register for an event that we have coming up at the school, for example, Open House, you would click on the Events tab and it'll take you to a link where you can register for showcases. For this purpose, we will just go through the application process. So click My Application. And you'll see here that there is some information that's already recorded based on what you gave us on the first screen. So I have your last name, your first name. Next you need to enter in what your middle name is. If you do not have a middle name, just check this box that says no middle name. If you're a junior or a senior, or the third or the fourth, you would just type that in here. Address. This is the address that you live at. Again, this is just a sample. Brockton. The sending school, this is the school that you currently attend. All right, so if you're a student at East Middle School in Brockton, you would select East Middle School in Brockton. I'm going to select this made-up school for demo purposes. The grade, this is pulled from the first screen that you registered for the site. Student's phone number, this is very important. If you have a cell phone number, you should enter it here. Okay, this has to be the student's phone number. If the student does not have a phone number, you can enter in a home number. Enter in your date of birth. Make sure you use those slashes as well. Email address, this is what you gave us on the first page. And why are you applying? Are you an 8th grader looking to attend the school for 9th grade? Then you're going to check off this little circle that says fall admission. If you're a 9th grader, a 10th grader, and you're looking to transfer, you would check this box here. Once you've filled out all of the fields that are here, you would click next, either up here or down here. It's going to take you to the parent section. What you need to do here is we need demographic information and contact information for your parent or guardian. So to do that, you would click here, add new parent/guardian information. What is the relation of your parent? Is she your mother? Is he your father? Legal guardian? Grandparent? Step-parent? Brother? Sister? Who is legally responsible for you? Enter in their last name. Enter in their first name. If they have a middle name, you can enter it here. Enter in your address, city, state, and zip. What we've done here is we've taken the address, the city, state, and zip that you disclosed to us on the student information page up here, and we've just carried it over here. If your parent lives at a different address than you do, then you can change it as you need to. Enter in your parent's email address. sample@gmail.com. Enter in their cell phone number. Enter in the home phone number. And if they have a work number that we can contact them at, you would enter in a work phone number. Preferred method of contact. We prefer to send records via email. For example, our school is going paperless, so we would like to send report cards and progress reports via email. If you get accepted into Southeastern and let's say you get sick and you need to go home, you need to be dismissed, or there's an emergency, we will always call. We will never email that information out. We will always call. All right, but for the purposes of mailing, we prefer that you enter an email address. Primarily moving forward, that is how I will communicate with you. Preferred phone day. So how would we contact your mother, for example, if you got sick at school? Would we call her cell phone number, her home number, or the work number that you disclosed here? For most, it'll either be cell or work. How would we contact her during the evening? For example, if you're an athlete and you're here past 5 o'clock practicing, how would we contact your mother? For most, again, it'll probably be cell number. Once you have finished entering all the information, and again, you need to enter in information for every field that's here. If your parent doesn't have a work phone number, you can leave that blank. That's fine. You should be able to advance to the next screen. You're going to click Update, either here or here. So you update it, and there's your mother's information. If you need to add your father's information, you would click here, Add New Parent or Guardian Information, and you'd enter it in the same way that you just entered it in for your mother. And then you would click Update, as you just did for your mom. Once you've entered in all your parent information, you click Next. Career choices. It is important to note that these career choices are just our way of asking you what you're interested in at Southeastern. This in no way will tell us what shop you might eventually get into. This is just something that you're interested in. You can actually log back into our admissions site at any time to change these choices. Again, for demo purposes, I'm just going to enter in 5 choices. Alright, so once you have chosen 5, and again, you will need to choose 5. If you only choose 1 or 2 and you try to click next, it won't let you advance to the next screen, so you have to enter in 5. Alright? Once you have done that, you can either click next here or here. It's bringing you to the voluntary information page. This information, again, is voluntary. You are under no obligation to disclose this information to us during the application process. If you end up getting accepted into our school, we will be asking you to complete this part of the application. You can enter in some of the information. You don't have to enter in everything during the application process, but again, if you were to get accepted, we would need to know, for example, what city or country you were born in, what your native language is, race information, whether or not you are on a 504 plan or an IEP. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get to the next screen. So once you finish entering in whatever you want to enter in for us, you click Next. And this is the most important step here. This is the final step. This is how you submit your application. If you're a student and you're filling out this application by yourself and your parent or guardian is not present in the room with you, you need to have them present with you at this time. All right, you should review all the information that you've disclosed to us. You can click back here and you can go over what you've already entered in just by clicking Edit, and you can have your parent look over everything that you've entered in. Same thing for the parent section, career choices, and voluntary information. The reason why it is important that your parent or guardian be present during this time is because they need to electronically sign this application. And what this allows us to do is it allows us to contact your current school to acquire records that we need as part of the application process. So you, as a student, can electronically sign your own name. But your parents need to physically stand at the computer and type in their own name. Once they've done that, they need to check the box that says, I understand that checking this box constitutes a legal signature confirming that I acknowledge and agree to the above terms of acceptance. And the terms are right up here. Once all of that is complete, you and your parent or guardian can click this button, Submit/Print Application Form. Once you do that, the application will be submitted to me and to your current guidance counselor at your current school. And this is the message that you will receive: pending. The application has been signed. It is pending review by the Southeastern Regional Vocational Technical High School admissions team. So at this point, your application is all set. I have received an email copy of your application, and your guidance counselor has. Again, if you need to log in at any time to change any of the information, you are more than welcome to do so. What I would recommend that you do is you go through these different tabs and kind of look at some of the things that we have here. My interests, for example. You can enter in some things that you're really interested in. Like if you're an athlete, you would enter in sports. And then you would click Add. If you change your mind, you can click Delete. If you're into traveling, again, same thing, traveling. And then you click Add. And then there are a couple of fun activities here to the side that you can do in your own time. But for the purposes of the application, it is now complete. The next step is we will contact your school to acquire the records that we need to start to build you an application score. If you have any questions regarding anything that I've gone over, I would recommend that you review the video again. Or you can email me. My email address is dferris, that's D-F-E-R-R-I-S, @sersd.org. Thank you very much.